If one morning you were the ride and bird of the bus, you would run down winding country roads, cross over stone-walled bridges, and pass Thomas's branch line. Then, you would hear Birdie's friendly greetings as he sees one of his friends pass by. His name is Tom Tipper the postman. Every day, Tom travels cheerfully across the island of Sodor. He stops at stations collecting letters and parcels from Thomas and Percy's mail trains. Then, he delivers the mail to farms and cottages far and wide. The engines know that anywhere their rails won't reach, Tom Tipper would collect their mail and deliver it safely, come rain or shine. He's always ready to load mail bags onto trains, too. "Thank you, Tom," whistled Percy. "Yes, indeed," agreed Thomas. "You're a really useful postman." "Ah," replied Tom, "but where would I be without me van? We make a grand pair." One day, as Percy puffed into the station, Tom wasn't at the platform. A postman they didn't know was dumping the bags on the platform. And then he disappeared. "What happened to Tom?" wondered Percy. "And his old van," said the driver. "No wonder this new postman looks so cross. Trying to carry mail bags on a bicycle would make anyone miserable." Next morning, the engines were glad to see Tom back again. But he looked very sad. "The postmaster has decided my van is too expensive to run. The rounds take longer on my bike. I'm sorry, I can't stop to help you today." "I wish I could cheer Tom Tipper up," sighed Percy. He was just wondering about how this might be done when his thoughts were rudely interrupted. A man was shouting at Tom Tipper. "You've got to come back to Sir Tom Hatt's office. He needs you to sign some important papers right away." "Oh dear," replied Tom. "This is going to make me even later." He was in a hurry and being careless. He propped his bike against Percy's mail truck and rushed away. "Stop!" cried Percy, but Tom was out of sight. There was worse to come. Percy's driver hadn't seen the bike and started away. "Wait, stop!" cried Percy. "Oh no, now there'll be trouble." And there was. Percy's driver quickly stopped the train. Everyone came running to see the scene. Tom Tipper's bike was in pieces. "I'm sorry, Mr. Tipper," apologized Percy. "Never mind, Percy," said Tom Tipper. "It wasn't your fault. But now all I've got is me legs to deliver the mail. Whatever will happen next?" Tom Tipper soon found out. Next day, he was waiting happily for Percy. "Beep, beep," whistled Percy. "Is that a smart new van I see?" "It is indeed. That accident did me a good turn, Percy. My chief decided a new van should do the job much better than another bike's worth the expense. Now I can always be on time again." Percy was delighted for Tom Tipper. "So I did help," beamed Percy. But by accident, you might say. Oliver had been to the works to be mended. Some troublesome trucks tricked him, and the Great Western engine fell into the turntable well. Now, Oliver was as good as new. But he was still worried about trucks. I'd rather not use them, he puffed to himself. But the trucks sang songs rude and loud. Scruffy, their leader, led the chorus. Oliver's no use at all, he thinks he's very clever, says that he can manage us, that's the best joke ever. When he orders us about with the greatest folly, we just push him down the well. Pop goes old Ollie. Thomas, Duck, and Percy were shocked. Be quiet, they ordered, but they couldn't be everywhere, and everywhere they weren't, the trucks began again. Oliver's no use at all, he thinks he's very clever, says that he can manage us, that's the best joke ever. Again. At last, the engines gave up. We're sorry, Oliver, they said. It's really my fault, said Oliver sadly. I shouldn't have fallen into the turntable well. Toad the brake van felt sorry for Oliver too. Next morning, he spoke to Douglas. I'm worried, Mr. Douglas. This disrespect for engines, where's it gonna end? Who knows, sighed Douglas. I've got a plan, Mr. Douglas. May stay here today and help Mr. Oliver. We're both Great Western, and we must stand together. Of course, Toad, replied Douglas, and he puffed away. Soon, Toad was explaining his plan. Goodness gracious, Toad. I don't think you should suggest such a thing to Oliver. But Oliver interrupted. No, Duck. Toad's right. It's really my fault. I must put this trouble right. I meant no disrespect, you understand. Of course not, Toad. Anyways, driver says the same, and he'll arrange it with the station master. Very well, Oliver, conceded Duck. But I must hurry. My passengers will be waiting. Good luck. So long, smiled Oliver bravely, but he felt dreadfully nervous inside. Oliver marshaled the worst trucks 2 by 2. That's the way, Mr. Oliver, whispered Toad, and you'll leave Scruffy till last. Then you'll have him behind you. Then you can bump him if he starts his nonsense. Oliver was shunting Scruffy into place, but Scruffy already was thinking of mischief. Hold back, he whispered, and passed the word down to the others. The silly trucks giggled. But Oliver knew what to do. There was plenty of sand on the rails, and his wheels gripped splendidly. He gave a great heave. Oh, groaned Scruffy. I don't like this. Go it, yelled Duck. Well done, boy. Well done. Oh, wailed Scruffy. Oh, I'm coming apart. And he did. Ah, well done. Oh my God, he did it. Then there was trouble. Well, Oliver, so you don't know your own strength. Is that it? No, sir, said Oliver nervously. Sir Topham Hatt inspected Scruffy. As I thought. Rotten wood and rusty frames. Maybe if we put you back together, you'll earn yourself a better name. Nowadays, Oliver only takes the trucks when the other engines are busy. But they're always quick to warn each other. Take care with Mr. Oliver. If you play tricks with him, you'll never be the same again. Scruffy has learned his lesson and says nothing at all. Toby the tram engine has cow catchers and side plates. They help to prevent animals from getting hurt if they should stray onto the line. Daisy, the diesel rail car, thought Toby's fenders were silly. You're afraid of getting hurt yourself, she flounced. I'm not, huffed Toby. Yes, you are. I don't have stupid cow catches, but I'm not frightened. I just toot and they go away. But they won't, said Toby. They would with me. Animals always run if you toot and look them in the eyes. Even bulls? Even bulls, said Daisy. Daisy had never met a bull, but she purred away quite unconcerned. She tooted at a farm crossing, and the horse and cart halted while she went by. Puh, she said, it's easy. I just toot and they all stand aside. Poor little Toby. I'm sorry he's frightened. At the next station, a policeman was waiting. There's a bull on the line, he warned. Please persuade it to return to the farmer. Daisy was excited. Now, she thought, I'll show Toby how to manage bulls. Champion isn't really a fierce bull, but this morning he was cross. He strayed away from his field, crashed through a fence, and slithered down a slope. And now, he didn't know where he was. Suddenly, he saw some grass. Now it's time for my breakfast, he thought. Oh, tooted Daisy. Go on. Champion was too busy chomping to take any notice. Ooh, ooh, said Daisy again. Champion just kept grazing. This is all wrong, said Daisy. How could I look him in the eye if he won't turn around? At last he did. Bleh, said Champion. Ooh, ooh, murmured Daisy. Why doesn't he run away? Go on, Daisy, says Driver. He's harmless. Yes, said Daisy unhappily. You know he's harmless, and I know he's harmless. But does he know? Look at his horns! If I bump into him, he might hurt them. The farmer wouldn't like that. Champion sniffed at Daisy. Oh! said Daisy. And that was that. Daisy did no more. Toby was bemused and amazed to see her back in the station so soon. Oh, bulls always run if you toot and look them in the eye, eh, Daisy? Daisy stayed silent. Ah, well, continued Toby. We live and learn. I better chase him away for you, I suppose. And he clanked away the fine champion. Toby's bell rang, and his whistle sounded, but Champion took no notice. Then Toby whooshed loudly. That did the trick. Toby whooshed a little more, and now breakfast was over. Champion trundled away to join the farmer. Daisy was feeling exhausted. She was glad when her day's work was over. Some boys were on the platform. Look, Daisy, one teased. I've got some sweets. They're called bullseyes. I like them. Do you? Keep your bullseyes away. And Daisy scuttled to her shed. Copyright really hates this episode. Where the fuck was the Skarloey Railway? Hee lol, get pranked. But really, when will the Skarloey guy show up? I don't know. You tell me.